Hello everyone, this is Katie. I am welcoming you guys back to my channel. Today I wanted to focus on some more mattifying products. I have real problems with oil control, especially on my forehead and my nose, and then even like right here some days. And a lot of days I have to wear my makeup for more than 8 hours. I work shifts that are 8 hours long, and so I put my makeup on, I come home, it's about 9 to 10 hours of just wearing makeup, and with oily skin, wearing makeup that long will really make your skin look very shiny, and it looks kind of gross. So I'm going to go over some products that I recommend best for oil control, and I really think that when I focus on like my base, that is where the oil comes from. So having a good foundation, having a good powder, having a good primer. Primer is really, really important. Having a good cleanser before you put on all of that stuff. So today I'm going to first introduce to you a cleanser that I really like. It is the Garnier Clean Shine Control Cleansing Gel. It has charcoal in it. And if you see, it's specifically for oily skin. And this is almost empty, but it works. I usually put this all over my face because sometimes that's just what happens. Okay, so let me go over some primers. Here's some primers that I really, 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 really like. The Bare Minerals Blemish Remedy Mattifying Prep Gel. This is a clear, liquidy gel, if you can tell. It's very clear and liquidy, and it feels very hydrating. So if you have oily skin, the most important thing you want to do is hydrate your skin, because that's what your skin is most lacking. I just squeezed a little bit out, so I'm just not wasting it. Hydrating is really, really important to feel. This Rimmel London Stay Matte makeup primer is probably by far the best primer I've ever found. It did not make my skin, so okay, back up. I put this on my face for work one day, and I didn't start noticing any kind of oils until the last hour of my shift. So my face had gone for almost 8 hours with no oil showing. This is what I'm going to use today, so I'm just going to use a little bit. It is more of like a creamy white texture. It doesn't leave any white residue on my face, which is nice, because a lot of white primers like this, or white any kind of products like sunscreen, can sometimes leave like a little bit of a white film over your face. This doesn't do that. And it's Rimmel London, so it's a lot cheaper than the Bare Minerals. So that's, always better. Just put this everywhere because it's the only primer I'm using today. Sometimes I like to do 2 or 3 primers on my face depending on like what I want to do. Like I want more oil control on my forehead, or if I want some pore filling on my nose. I can't get this lid on. Look at me, I'm a beauty person, yay! And another one I like is Boseca. I think that's what it's called. It's Perfecting White Charcoal Mattifying Treatment Primer. It also has charcoal in it, just like the Garnier, I butcher words, clean stuff. This is specifically for mattifying and oil control too. It also, just like the Bare Minerals, has a white film. Not white, sorry. Clear, moisturizing feeling to your skin, which I like. It's in this tiny little tester bottle that I have, but I recommend getting a full one if you ever want to invest in a good primer. I'm just going to take a second to prime my eyelids with this Urban Decay eyelid primer. I am a firm believer in eyelid primer. I think using concealer on your eyelids is fine, but I start with my eyes first, so I like to get some primer on there, and Urban Decay I would say is top notch. Okay, let me go over a couple primers that I don't like for oil control. Believe it or not, the NYX Shine Killer does not work. It has also a clear appearance to it, but it's very silicone-y, and it feels oily on your skin. Like, I don't know why they thought that was a good idea, but it feels greasy very greasy. Like I just ate a bunch of French fries at McDonald's. Another one I did not like for my oily skin was Infallible L'Oreal Matte Lock. It didn't do that great for me. Maybe it worked for you guys. I would recommend this for maybe like a couple hours of makeup wear if you have oily skin, but it's just not for me. It has also a white creamy texture as the one that the Rimmel London one. It also doesn't leave any kind of white stuff on you. It feels kind of hydrating. It's just not the one that I always go to for when I want long, non-oily skin. Alright, I'm going to jump into foundation. Foundation is so important to have for oily skin. You need to have a good foundation specifically for oily skin because that's what's going to be sitting on your skin for a really long time. The cleanser is really just to wipe all the oils you already have on your face away, but they're still going to be producing. So you want a really good primer, you want a really good foundation, and I didn't wet my beauty blender. I will be right back. We are. Okay, sorry. Should have been more prepared. Okay, so I'm gonna jump into foundation. I'm going with the Maybelline Matte and Poreless, specifically for normal to oily skin. My shade is 112 Natural Ivory. So, just gonna dab a little bit on the Beauty Blender and go in. Oh, that's not a lot on the Beauty Blender. This foundation's very liquidy, so if you don't like liquidy foundations, another one that I would recommend that's less liquidy but also really good for oily skin would be the Stila foundation. It's the one, actually I have it right here, let me pull it out. Let me pull it out. So you guys also might be noticing that I am not starting out with my eyes right now. That is because I really want to show you guys the most products at once for oily skin, and then if you don't want to see the rest of the look, you can just zoom right through. So I just want to show you guys what I like to do for my oily skin. Oh, and the Stila Ultimate Coverage Complexion Cream. This one is pretty good for oily skin. It's a little bit more of a higher end product. I believe it's somewhere around $30 to $40 for that little tube of foundation, which I never understand how do brands think they can get away with selling foundation that expensive. Like I don't understand how they think they can do that. The whole name thing, I think. Just gonna blend this in. Yes, I'm using my fingers. Always tap your beauty blender, never smudge around because that's gonna leave streaky lines. Also, wetting the beauty blender surprisingly does help with oil control. It doesn't suck as much product into your sponge, which is nice. And it also gives your skin a feeling of like hydration. Like I said earlier, when you have oily skin, the most important thing is to hydrate. So another thing you can do that doesn't necessarily involve makeup to hydrate your skin is drink a lot of water. You can buy hydrating cleansers, you can buy hydrating masks. Using a couple masks that are for hydrating a week, not a day, jeez, would be very beneficial for your skin. I know it seems kind of counterintuitive. That's what I first thought when I first heard that hydrating your skin is even better for oily skin people than it is for dry. I was like, that doesn't make any sense. But your skin is so dry that it's overproducing the amount of oil. Okay, so I'm just using some Tarte Shape Tape for my concealer. Nothing too fancy. And a dupe that I would recommend for this concealer would be the Maybelline Age Rewind. It's a lot cheaper, does the same thing. However, I do want to let you guys know that Tarte has more product inside the tube than the other one. I've noticed that I've had to go through more of the Maybelline than the Tarte. But sometimes it's just easier to buy the more expensive product. Maybe you just get that more bang for your buck, you know? Although Tarte Shape Tape is like ridiculously expensive. $28, I think, is what it is. God. I'm not about that expensive ass life. That's just me though. Alright, I'm just blending out my concealer. They're both extremely full coverage concealers as well, so I definitely think that they are great dupes for each other. And also, the Maybelline one is really good for spot correcting too, so if you have like a nasty pimple just hanging out, saying hello, it's so easy just to take that concealer and boop, right on it and blend it out and call it a day. Sometimes when I have like a day where I just don't want to do anything, where I'm just not feeling it, where I'm like really, really tired and I have to do, I only have to do one thing that day. Like for an example, when I have a final. Okay, I stayed up all night the night before to prepare for that final, and now I have to go to this final at like 8 a.m. in the morning. I don't want to do it. Some days I'll just take a little bit of the Maybelline and just put it all over my face. Not all over, but like under eyes and some acne spots. Call it good. Alright, I'm going to take the Cover FX Perfect Setting Powder. This is amazing for your under eyes. I don't get oily under eyes, so I don't really worry too much about the powder I put under my under eyes, but I'm going to let that bake a little bit. And next I'm going to talk to you guys about, normally I would do my eyebrows next, I would do my eyeshadow, but I really want to get to the point here. Next I would do this Stay Matte Rimmel London. Again, same brand as that primer that I just put on. It is very long lasting. It does exactly what it says on the container. It helps you stay matte. Put it everywhere. Set your face. It's great. Another thing I like to use sometimes is the powder that goes with the foundation that I put on. It's the Maybelline Fit Me Normal to Oily in shade 100. It's translucent. And that would be about it. If you really want to go in with your setting powder, if you're going to have a long night and you just want to set your whole face, put it all over your forehead. Sometimes just baking will do the same thing as using a certain kind of powder, for an example. So those are my tips and tricks for you guys. I'm going to go ahead and go in with the rest of my makeup. If you guys want to continue watching, that'd be great, but here's where you can stop if you want and just hear all of the oil control products that I have given to you. Thank you so much for watching if you're going to leave now. If those of you who are staying, I'm going to go in with my Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in shade Chocolate. And I'm also going to use this eyebrow pencil that is by L'Oreal. It's a Brow Stylist Definer. It's like in the darkest brown shade that they have. I don't know the number or whatever. They don't have cute little names like Anastasia does. And I'm just gonna fill in my brows. So for my brows, I like to start out kind of simple. I like to start right in the center here, right underneath. I kind of want to define it a little bit. Kind of give myself a little bit of a base to work on. And then I kind of go up with my brush to give it almost hair-like strokes. And then I go to the top and I keep on defining that brow. I'm not putting a lot of pressure into this in my hand because I want it to be light and I don't want it to be too defined, if that makes sense. Of course I want a defined eyebrow, but there's realistic eyebrows and then there's not realistic eyebrows. I kind of want to make myself look, you know, yeah, I wear makeup and yeah, I'm good at makeup, but I don't really want to do crazy unnatural makeup either. I definitely like doing that crazy unnatural makeup. If you guys ever want to come back to my channel, I'm getting this really colorful palette soon and I want to do some crazy stuff with it. So if you guys have any suggestions, let me know down below if you guys want to see some crazy things. I know the Nikki Tutorials just did a video with rainbow eyebrows. I'm kind of digging that idea, so maybe. But I'm definitely gonna need more money, honey. Well, yes, money, but also like other things. Like, I wonder what she uses. I haven't seen it yet, but I believe she uses probably just like different color, like maybe lip pencils or eyeliner pencils to go in, because there's not that many different color eyebrow pencils for people to use. So same thing again, I'm just gonna define it up below, little hair strokes to fill in. I don't have a lot, I have a lot of brow hairs right here, but then as it goes out, I kind of have to make my own little brow. So it makes it a little bit more tough for me to define my brows. To go a little above this one too, because it's not so much, it's not as thick as the other one is. Went a little long. Hello, look at that. By the way, you guys, I'm all about using your fingers. Use your fingers, use your fingers, use your fingers. You have more control. So why wouldn't you, you know? I know a lot of beauty gurus on Instagram and on, what's it called? YouTube. They tell you try not to use your fingers. You want to use a brush because it's more precise. But if you just have the urge to use your fingers, use your fingers. The only thing I don't recommend using your fingers for is for foundation, like just covering your face in foundation. If you have like a line you want to blend it in with your finger, that's fine. But I don't really recommend doing it for your whole face. And that's really just because of bacteria. So I get it. I get why people say don't use your fingers. But use your fingers. Alright, I'm just going to fill in all the missing spots with this pencil. Should use a little spoolie on it. I love that word. I think that is a great word, spoolie. It's just one of those words that are fun to say, you know? Alright, I think I am about done with the brow. Whoop, wrong lid. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna go in with my eyes. I'm not gonna do anything crazy today, so if you're looking for a fabulous eye look, head over to James Charles or something, because he does pretty good stuff like that. No, I actually have an idea. Because of the dress that I am wearing, I want to go in a palette that we don't see very much. Sorry for all the noise, by the way. Naked 3. We don't see this palette very much, do we? Yeah, I still have it, so I'm going to be using it today. I'm going to use a big fluffy brush and coat my eyes with Limit. It's a light pink shade in the palette. Just give a nice little overview of a pink vibe. I love pink and purple eyeshadow. That is something that I have not gotten sick of. I've kind of gotten sick of using browns and like bronzy shades. I mean, yeah, it looks good, but I feel like everyone's been doing it, you know? So this is gonna be our transition shade today. And we're just gonna pull it out to the side, give it a nice vibe. Alright. Now I'm gonna go in with a more precise, fluffy brush into Nooner. It's a matte purple shade in the palette. And I'm kind of gonna go over right where the pink went over, just to darken her up a little bit. I'm gonna do the same to the other side. You know the drill, just back and forth, getting more pigment, popping it on. Now I'm gonna take a darker shade Factory. It's got a little bit of a shimmer to it, and it's dark, and I'm putting it right on the edge here because I just want a more darker corner. Nothing crazy today. Now I'm gonna take a flat brush. Bam, nice and flat. A little bit of MAC Fix Plus. On the bitch. And we are gonna go into, I'll go into this goldish pink shade. I cannot read the name because I've had it for so long. It's that gold one. It's the gold one. It's the only one in the palette that looks gold, so it's that one. And we're just gonna pop it right here. Simple cut crease, no biggie. No big deal. And we're gonna pop a little bit of a light pink shade that's very glittery. Pop it right in the corner. Alright, perfect. Done. I'm gonna wipe away this powder, finish setting my face, and we'll go in with an under eye. I'm gonna use that Stay Matte that I talked about earlier and use it to set my makeup. Oh boy, allergies are coming in full swing for me this year. Cannot stop sneezing and snuffling. It's just lovely. It's just lovely. Okay. Let's go in with some of that purple shade and that pink shade. I'm kind of gonna mix them in together. Make my own color. Purple, pink, purple, pink. Okay. Alrighty, boom. So I'm thinking about doing something crazy. I don't really feel like wearing eyeliner today because it takes a long ass time. So I'm thinking about just doing lashes, calling it a day. Obviously I gotta finish the rest of my makeup. I'm gonna use a little bit of this Butter Bronzer by Physicians Formula. Go in with that. Contour this face, this pale ass face. There was a time when I didn't use contour at all. And like, I know everyone was there and like we all kind of experienced that together. But God, how embarrassing is that? Just like a white face. Maybe a little bit of blush. I think people were wearing blush at the time. Well, I'm using a Tarte Amazonian clay in the shade Party. It's got like 3 A's or something. Ooh. I'm kind of tired of letting you guys know what kind of brushes I'm using, so if you guys really are just dying to know the brushes that I'm using, I talk about all of them in my first video, so head over there, check the brushes out. I'm going to use this flat fluffy brush for my highlighter, and I am using Too Faced Love Light in shade Blinded by the Light. Boom, 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 bitches. That's how I always feel when I put on highlighter. I'm gonna take a little brush, little fluffy brush, and pop this right up here to give that brow a moment. And this little Winky Lux highlighter, I got it in one of those little tester makeup subscription things. I'm putting it over the already highlighter I put on. Makes it look kind of cool. Alrighty. Last but certainly not least, I'm just kidding, this is not last, I still have lipstick to do. We are doing some lashes. I'm going to put on e.l.f. lashes. They were $2. $2. They were $2. So definitely head over to Target and get some $2 lashes. We're gonna see how they work actually. So don't do that until I tell you how they are, because I've not tried these out yet. So kind of a first impressions tutorial type of thing. I didn't do anything. Okay. This is the left one. Okay, put a little bit of the e.l.f. glue on. Actually, I don't really want to use that. I don't really want to use that glue. It's kind of a bitch to get out of this thing. Let me find my other eyeshadow glue wherever I may have put it. Jeez, Katie. I'm gonna get out the lipstick I'm using today. Okay, I'm guessing that my stuff, my other eyelash glue is just not here. It's just not here. It's probably in the bathroom somewhere. Okay. We're gonna use the e.l.f. Oh, it smells so nasty. It doesn't smell good. So, warning. e.l.f. eyelash glue does not smell good. Okay. Pop this baby on. Yes, with my fingers. you know, it's just not working for me. It's not working for me. I will mess around with these off camera and I will let you know how it goes. So I'm not going to wear lashes today. Just going to pop on some Better Than Sex mascara and some lipstick, and I'm going to call it a day. So thank you all for watching. Sorry this last part was kind of a dud. Come back for more if you want to see these eyelashes, see what the real tea is, because I have not seen any other, what's it called? Beauty YouTuber do this. So anyways, have a good one, you guys. Come back, watch me again. I'm sorry I'm kind of a mess. I'm still figuring things out. Thank you for watching. Bye.